Hi there, Brookside Church. I'm joining you today because, as some of you are probably aware, I just found out this weekend that we do indeed have a member of our congregation who has tested positive for COVID-19. The reason I'm sharing this with you is because we have been in discussions this weekend about how we continue to respond as these things happen. First and foremost, I am glad to share with you that I've spoken with the person directly. That person is home, getting rest, experiencing rather mild symptoms. So that is the good news. We continue to pray for that person and their family. I would invite you to do that. But I share it with you again because, as we know, this sort of thing was, of course, bound to happen. I think as the state has opened up a lot of things a while back, and as kids go back to school, surely we're going to see some more of this. And so as our leadership team, our staff, and our board considers these incidences, we reflect and realize that number one, we want to be careful not to overreact, of course. But we also want to recognize that this sort of thing can spread rather quickly. It could go badly rather quickly. We already in our congregation, of course, have had people who have been secondarily exposed, have had to quarantine, different things like that. Nothing that impacted directly our services, that we needed to share. Of course, it's people's private information. But these sorts of things have happened. We know as well, several of us are aware, that at one of our sister churches in the next town over, they have seen quite an influx of the virus with upwards of 40 or so people contracting it, with the tragic loss, indeed, of one of those brothers in Christ. And so we recognize and take into account all of these things as we begin to pray and continue to consult over how to respond in the midst of that. And so in light of that, after much discussion this weekend, we simply, as the leadership, the board and the staff, want to ask you as our fellow congregation members to please wear a mask when you come to service at Brookside. We know that many of you are doing this already. We know that as we come to our two services, we see lots of people, of course, wearing masks already. We have suggested it in the past, and as some of you are aware, we have even required it of our staff and our volunteers. But we are now asking all of our congregation to please honor our request to wear a mask to service. Now, I do want to be clear about this request. We recognize that there are going to be a small handful of people who, for whatever physical limitations or reasons, really cannot do this. And we want you to know you will not be turned away at the door. An explanation will not be demanded of you. We want to be clear about that. We recognize that even some who can wear a mask, once you are seated and several feet away from other people, you get to the point in the service of the sermon or something like that, and you need to take a breather, and we get that. We understand all of these things. I guess overall, again, we are just simply asking you to honor our request to wear a mask when you come into the building to our services. We do believe this, along with the other measures that we have been taking and continue to take, will be our best strategy to continue to mitigate the spread amongst our congregation, but also to keep us enabled to meet in person, which I know is a treasure and important to us all when we do that. Meeting together is important, and we know that, and we want to keep doing it. And so this is, in our estimation, the best way to continue to do that safely and well. We'll see this on Saturday night. Others of you are seeing this for the first time on Sunday morning. If you're seeing it for the first time on Sunday and you were not prepared, you do not have a mask today, I don't want you to feel guilty or ashamed or anything like that. We simply ask you to come back next week ready to help us in our attempt to love others well, to keep people safe, and to continue to meet together. We love you. We thank you so much for your patience and for your understanding. God bless you.